How are you, Director? If you don't remember, my name is Milan Shrestha Bailey. I'm the Director of Marketing at the university. So I just want to thank you for meeting with me so we can discuss promotional ideas to improve ticket sales. So first, I'd like to show you the agenda. These are just some points that we're going to talk about throughout the meeting, and I'll put it right here for both of us to see, just to make sure we stay on track. So first, I would kind of like to talk about the dynamics of our town, our university, and our ticket pricing. So our school has just over 10,000 students, which we offer all free tickets to basketball games, which is great because generally students are very loud, have a lot of energy, and help fill out our stadiums, which has been good, and I think we should continue offering them free tickets. But we are in a town of just 65,000 people, but we also have a lot of small towns around us that don't have any universities. So we do draw some crowds from the small towns, but not as much as in past years. So for a while now, our ticket prices have been pretty consistent to the same. So we offer $10 for a general ticket price and then $20 for a premium. A premium ticket price just means that there is the closer rows to the court. And the reason we haven't had to change them in the past couple of years, because for the past couple of years, our team has been very successful. We've had lots of entertaining D1 talent, even though we are just a D3 school. But this year has changed since we weren't able to attract any more of that talent, and that D1 talent transferred to D1 schools, and some even went on to the NBA, which is great for the school, but it hasn't been able to attract any more to the school. So, and that's reflected in this graph here. So this was us just a year ago. As you can see, our ticket sales were far more than they had been in a very long time. It was actually a record high in the past 10 years. But since this year, since we lost so many players, we've kind of dropped all the way down to here, which is a lot lower than it was. But I think with my ideas, we can get our ticket prices actually past the point that they were just a year ago, even with the lack of D1 talent. So, I have a couple ideas that we can practice to do this. So my first would be promotion specifically towards schools. When I was a kid, I attended Boys and Girls Club, which is a daycare center for before and after school. So every year we went to at least 2 to 3 Seattle Storm games, which is a women's professional basketball team. And even though their tickets were not that expensive, every year we went because they offered the Boys and Girls Club a discount to come to the games. And it was always entertaining for the kids since we got to spend time with our friends. So I think we can do something very similar to that, but instead of just thinking small to Boys and Girls Club, we can expand to elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. By doing this, by giving a 20 to 30% discount on the tickets, we could be attracting hundreds to thousands of more kids to the games, since there is about 2 to 3 of each of those types of schools in our area that we could offer this discount towards. And the director of the schools, which I have their number here, which I'll give to you, has been very open about willing to work with us on this idea because she thinks it is something that would definitely benefit both parties. Another idea I had was a veterans discount. I understand a veterans discount isn't as original or creative as the first idea, but I think it's definitely something we should implement. Since we are a very small city with a lot of rural areas around us with smaller towns, we have a very large amount of veterans, but we don't offer a veterans discount for tickets, so we don't see that many at games. But I think if we allowed a veterans discount, we'd be seeing a large increase in veterans coming to the games, which would mean we would have more people in the stands. And I think we could also extend a similar discount to alumni, because alumni are very important for schools Big schools like Harvard and Yale and even Washington have huge alumni programs where alumni donate money to the school in order to just to help out the school that they went to that gave them success in their life, and even do free speakings at the school. I think by having a bigger alumni program, it promotes our school's pride and would allow us to sell more tickets to the games, especially since lots of alumni end up having families and they bring their families to games for events. And my third idea is holiday pricing. So currently we do not offer holiday pricing, and it's not something we've done for a very long time. Holiday pricing would allow us to pack the seats at games during holidays, even though the tickets would be at about a 10-20% of a discount. During holidays, especially Christmas, gifts are given. So a gift could be our tickets to our basketball games, and they could go with entire families or just friends, which would mean a lot more ticket sales. So I think doing that would be great. And there are many ways we can communicate and provide this idea towards the people. And a very, classic and dated ways would be billboards or posters, or even commercial ads on cable television have seemed to be a thing of the past, when we could be using our Instagram and Facebook platform. So both those platforms have around 20,000 people following them, which is around double of the amount of kids we have at the school, which is great. But even though we don't use that platform a lot to post, but if we posted ads on that, we would attract a lot more people to come to the games. In addition to those, we could do ads in local cable, which is a little bit dated, but even we can buy YouTube ads for our general area. So when kids, which a lot of kids watch YouTube, they could see ads, ask their parents, hey, can we go to the basketball game? Can we buy tickets to the game? And they could, which would definitely improve our ticket sales, because usually kids don't have enough money to buy tickets. It's usually the parents who do that. As you can see, we could run a promotional ad similar to this on YouTube and cable television to promote ticket sales. And I think that could get us definitely to the point we want to be, which is record-breaking for our school's sales records. So I understand you have some questions for me, and I'll go ahead and answer them. So I do think it's important that these promotions be somewhat limited, but I do think some of them should definitely stick around. So definitely the Boys and Girls Club ones should be limited to times when we might see less people in the stands. So maybe closer towards the summer and spring, when it's hotter outside, so people want to be inside. They don't necessarily want to be inside, they want to be outside. So those promotions will help bring them in. And like I said, our holiday promotions would be strictly towards around holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I think it's definitely important to do that, while some, like our veterans discount and alumni discount, should be year-round to allow them to keep coming back. And definitely the alumni and veterans discount would encourage people to keep coming. They would always come back since it's a year-round ad. And like I said earlier in the meeting, I was a part of Boys and Girls Club, and every year we would go to 2 to 3 Storm games. And I think a similar promotion towards schools would encourage them to come to games. And Boys and Girls Club is the only thing that's open during summer, which is why we target those specifically. Which is why we would target Boys and Girls Club specifically for summer. But in other times, sometimes during winter or fall, when we might see some lack of ticket purchases, that's when we would push those discounts on the elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. So I just want to thank you for hearing my ideas, and I hope you seriously consider them, because I definitely think they can get us back on top to where we want to be, and even improve our ticket sales from the last 5 years. Thank you for hearing my ideas, and here's my card if you need to call me again.